this tiny house just isn't working for me anymore.
We have so much work to do, okay?
Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do. We have come successful. The Macarena fold-down table is what we're calling it.
Nobody is calling it the Macarena table. Everything's riding on this one.
Let's go.
You ready?
Let's go.
You ready, Finn?
All right, let's do this. Oh my gosh. The tiny house behind me is one that I built 10 years ago, and then I traveled all around the United States and Canada with it, over 25,000 miles, and then I lived in it full-time for 3 years. When I built this tiny house, I was in my mid-20s, and a lot has changed in the last decade. I've gotten married, I've had 2 beautiful kids, and if I'm being honest, this tiny house really wasn't designed with little kids in mind. It doesn't even sleep 4 people. In fact, most of the time when we come out here as a family, we're pitching a tent. And it pains me to say it, but it just isn't working for me anymore, not in this chapter of my life. But that's all about to change because my tiny house is about to get a revival. I have 2 special guests who I think are a little bit famous visiting today, and they are gonna do some work on my tiny home to make it actually function for my family. That's right, Zack Giffen and John Weisbarth are gonna come to my tiny home and do a renovation. And they're making a featured episode about me on their new YouTube channel, Tiny House Revival. So make sure you click over and watch that episode first and then come back here because I've done a behind the scenes of the entire renovation. But before we get all jazzed up about this week's episode, I'd like to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Jackery. Sponsors like Jackery help me make high quality content for this channel. And not only that, without the help of Jackery, I'm not sure this renovation could have been possible. Literally, John and Zack didn't have enough power out here to power all of their power tools.
I'm Zack Giffen, this is Ernie from Sesame Street.
I'm John Weisbarth, okay? This is Oscar from Sesame Street. We're doing a show called Tiny House Revival.
The show is basically along the same lines as Tiny House Nation.
It's all about a revival for us into the tiny house space, reviving tiny houses. Like, I've seen Jenna's house a lot, just never in person, and then showing up and getting to like touch it and feel it and like just see how gorgeous it is was great and a little bit intimidating. And we're not doing anything to screw up the beauty. It's gonna look just as good, if not better, and be a little bit more functional for the family when we're done.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
I gave John and Zack creative freedom to do whatever they need to do inside my 160 square foot tiny home to make it work for my family of 4. And the main 2 things I want them to figure out is where is everybody gonna sleep and where is everyone gonna eat?
I just have to own up to this though. Can you get a shot of this? This is me helping with the construction. I literally cut into his table saw.
At least it's the table saw, not your hand.
Well, I know, but gosh. After I cut into a saw, he only lets me sand now, which is fair. I totally get it. I'm on sanding duty.
So where my tiny house is parked is on a semi-remote island. I don't have access to a lot of power on the property.
We've tripped the breaker like multiple times. We cannot have everything we need plugged into what you've got. Like I keep finding, I'm going to the forest and trying to get the breaker back.
Like for us, we're always kind of up against a serious time frame. We're always dealing with kind of setbacks, and the one setback that you don't want to have to deal with is like running out of power, busting the breaker, so having the backup is key.
And this thing is still at like 75%, and we've been using it. It's pretty robust.
Sometimes you don't have extension cords that run all the way to the place that you want to have the tools. So it's kind of, in my mind, it's a way of kind of taking any tool and making it a cordless power tool. You know, one of my really favorite parts about working on this project has been just in the property here. There's just a whole lot of different kind of wood piles around that have been kind of left out to bleach in the sun. And this is actually a piece from that. The grain is just this beautiful, beautiful, tight, old growth cedar. And you can't buy material that's like this nowadays. One of the challenges, but also opportunities that we had kind of working with you on this project was how are we going to kind of build something that's new, but have it not stand out, make it fit in. And so having access to kind of repurposed materials is like a perfect way to do that.
Yeah, that's honestly so amazing that you're able to incorporate that in. So I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, no peeking.
I won't.
All right, homeowners like to snoop.
Peek. She's always trying to peek.
So obviously, you've been in a lot of tiny homes.
Yeah.
100 maybe that you guys said.
Yeah.
And I'm just honored that you guys are gonna be working on my tiny home.
You know, Zach and I did the show on network television for like 5 years. Then COVID kind of killed it. And it really got Zach and I thinking, like, we know there's an audience for this. We like to do this. We missed hanging out and seeing each other. And it was like, all right, let's do this. So we are right at the very beginning. This is essentially the second episode, you know, we've done. At this time, none of them have been released. And so it's really exciting. And you have to get out of here.
I know.
Okay, because we have so much work to do, okay? So I love you, but goodbye. Yeah.
So obviously I'm getting kicked out because John and Zach have to finish up all the renovating on my house before tomorrow, which is when I'm bringing my family to see what they've done for the first time. But you guys are in luck because I'm leaving my film crew behind and they're gonna capture a little sneak peek of John and Zach during the build process.
Jenna is not here, so now we can like get into what we're doing. So the main thing that we're doing is making the storage loft a sleeping loft for Jenna's daughter, and then later for her son when he gets a little bit older. But we wanted to do something that was also kind of like cool and special for Jenna. And so we enlisted the help of her husband. We're gonna make him a table that folds down from the wall, but then Zach's got this thing folding down, flipping around. What I'm doing is painting the underside of the table with chalkboard paint. Then it also looks like this cool piece on the wall. This represents the existential void, darkness, blackness, bleakness. But on the other side is where the light is. So it's not just a black box. It's important.
The part that we're always hoping happens as the film crew is that Zach cuts some board in half, like makes a big mistake, because those are the moments that work for the story.
So that'll be part of the door that goes in. It's gonna be rad. But it's a secret, so you can't tell Jenna.
John is finishing up the door to, what are we calling the sanctuary?
Yeah.
Yeah, the loft sanctuary. And he's working on we're calling it Moonburst.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Starburst, because that was trademarked.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, Starburst is a good name, but they got to it first. Delicious, though. I will give them credit for that. That's a lot of sugar to give John. You know, he'll be running around
Are you
like
still
out
talking?
of control.
Let's go. Come on.
John's working on the Moonbursts. I'm working on the double hinge table. The Macarena fold down table is what we're calling it, because it folds down like this, then folds down like this.
Nobody is calling it the Macarena table, just to be totally clear. Can I use the table saw if I promise not to cut into it?
You promise?
I do.
All right.
Everything's riding on this one. Perfect!
Nice one, John.
I'm like really needing some steel. We're gonna hunt around the property because it's a big property and I know that there's some steel out there somewhere. I got a grinder. I just need a battery. We got this, let's go. See this? That's like kind of ideal. I think I found my piece. All right, Lord forgive me for what I'm about to do. I want to thank this fence post for the life that it's given, the life that it's lived, and hopefully it still can be used and won't be completely ruined. And I'm just gonna take half of it so I won't destroy the entire fence post. Ha ha! We got our steel. Yeah, should work just perfectly.
And who do we got here? The hunters. The hunters of Nowhere!
Yes, we have come successful. All right, getting closer. Drum roll, please. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
I think it's simple. I think it doesn't look bad. And I think it's done, most importantly.
Yeah. Good.
Let's go.
You ready?
Let's go.
You ready,
All
Finn?
right, let's see this. Oh, I see something new. Oh my gosh, look at the door. It's so cute.
That door is incredible.
1, 2, 3. Look, open your eyes. Look at this. What do you think's up there? Oh my gosh. Exceeded my expectations much?
yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
I do think it's going to be great for your family, so let me show you how it works.
Goes like this.
Oh my gosh, you found a solution. All right, guys, so that does it for our behind the scenes look. If you haven't already seen the full episode with the final reveal, it's over on John and Zack's channel, Tiny House Revival. I'll have the episode linked in the description. But right now, let me take you through a few more specs on the Jackery unit that John and Zack used to make this renovation possible. So this is the Jackery 2000 V2 solar generator. And on the front, we have 3 AC ports and a couple of DC ports, including a 12-volt DC port right here. You turn on and off the AC and DC ports using this, which makes it super energy efficient. Over here, it also has a handy built-in light, which has been really nice for John and Zack because they've had to work late into the night to get this renovation project done. One of my favorite things about the Jackery units is that they have easy to read LED screens that tell you how much is coming in and out of the unit at all times. By looking at the amount of watts you're using and the watts that are coming in, and also knowing how many hours are left based on the amount of battery you have, you can really be super efficient with your usage. The Jackery 2000 V2 solar generator is an effortless solution for home power stability, providing instant power with no installation. These units are meant to replace traditional fuel-powered generators, providing users with a reliable and safe power source. And it's long-lasting. It can last up to 10 years, and it has up to 2,200 watts of output, so it's capable of powering large household appliances like a refrigerator or a microwave. The Jackery 2000 V2 solar generator is the smallest, lightest home backup power unit of this capacity, weighing just 17.9 kilograms. And this thing charges super fast. It can go from 0 to 100% in just 2 hours. And whenever I need more power, I can source clean energy from the sun. Smart App Control allows for easy management and monitoring, and they offer a 3-year warranty with a 2-year extended warranty on top of that. Embrace safety, sustainability, and convenience with the Jackery 2000 V2 solar generator. If you'd like to learn more about this unit, make sure you search for the Jackery 2000 V2, the Jackery 2000, or the Jackery 2000 Plus wherever you do your online searching, or check out the link in the description. If you like this week's episode, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and check back soon because we have new unique home tours publishing all the time. And if you'd like to join our team and get access to members-only content and unique perks, make sure you click on the join button below.